Hi, so the first UDL guideline that I chose was increased mastery-oriented feedback. Um, it says assessment is most productive for sustaining engagement when the feedback is relevant, constructive, accessible, consequential, and timely. Um, it is also crucial in helping learners to sustain the motivation and effort essential to learning. Mastery-oriented feedback is the type of feedback that guides learners towards mastery rather than a fixed notion of performance or compliance. It also emphasizes the role of effort and practice rather than intelligence or inherent ability as an important factor in guiding learners towards successful long-term habits and learning practices. So the tool I decided to use, use for this guideline was direct pull. And I decided to choose this because um, it's quick and easy to create and conduct polls. Um, they can be used in flipped classrooms, lectures, or anything of that type. I know personally in a lot of my college classes, we have used direct pull and I found it very effective. Um, and I think this can be utilized by students because they can not only provide feedback to the teachers, but the teachers could use some type of direct pull survey with their students to see if they understood the lesson or even giving them feedback on their presentations. Like there's a certain questions they could pull the students and see if they understood the presentation or what was the most effective part of, like if they had classroom presentations, and that could help give students feedback on what their peers thought. So I thought that was a very cool thing that can be used in order to meet that. And also, um, it provides feedback that is frequent, timely, and specific. You know, you're not going to get feedback about everything. It's going to be directly what those questions are. So I think that's a really effective way to use that instead of just having to search through all this feedback to figure out what's the main purpose of it and what do you really need to take away from it. Um, yeah, and so for my second UDL guideline, I chose foster collaboration and community. And this says all learners must be able to communicate and collaborate effectively within a community of learners. Um, and this is a goal for all learners. And so the tool that I chose for this guideline is Google Docs. And this is an example of a Google Doc that I am using for one of my courses right now, and how we have a group assigned, and then every week we have to post a text response to a certain prompt. And this establishes collaboration because we're all doing the same type of thing and kind of working together to complete it. And community because the group that is assigned for each of these, we don't work with in class to discuss these. We actually discuss these with a different group. So none of the people we actually work with on the Google Doc know what our response is. It's a completely different group. So you establish that community within your classroom because you're not just reiterating what they already know about your assignment. You're taking what you wrote with a different group and sharing that with others. Um, And this is also very cool because you can have multiple people on at the same time and doing your own thing, working together to complete assignments. This can be used for papers. I found an article about many students work in Google Docs and other G Suite applications to collaborate on group project plans or to peer review each other's papers. And a specific example is in one class, a group of seventh graders team up to create a podcast using a variety of cloud-based tools. Each student is assigned a different task, including researching the content online, writing and recording the script, editing and revising the audio, determining sequencing, and providing sound effects and music. And then it also says kindergartners and first graders rely on secure online learning journal and digital portfolio to post their daily work and comment on each other's work. And that can be used directly in a Google Doc. I know at my placement right now, students all have their own iPads, so they could definitely do a Google Doc together in groups within their class, and work on creating a project together, writing a small paper, writing a response to a question prompt. So there's a lot of different ways, and I haven't heard anything bad about Google Docs. So it's just a great tool all around. And that is it.